Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving right into how two unique sources, Domestic Intelligence, the Digital Assistant Guide, and Sparky's Guide to AI, completely reframe artificial intelligence. Instead of getting bogged down in the underlying architecture and high-tech buzzwords, we're going to look at exactly how these materials simplify this technology for all of us, turning it into a highly accessible, everyday household concept. Now, pop culture loves to frame AI as this unsolvable mystery, right? It's always dominated by complex jargon and wild sci-fi tropes. But these sources actually disarm that fear right out of the gate. They use a super familiar analogy, viewing AI simply as a very smart app. It's positioned as an application that works for you, kind of like the utilities we tap on our phones dozens of times every single day. In fact, the Domestic Intelligence Guide anchors this whole concept with a really straightforward definition. They define artificial intelligence as a practical and user-friendly digital assistant designed for daily tasks. And that definition is a totally deliberate choice. It strips away all that intimidating computer science terminology, algorithms, parameters, neural networks, and just focuses purely on utility. It really emphasizes that this tech is built to be practical, user-friendly, and completely geared toward daily assistance. The guide deliberately contrasts two different paradigms to shift how we think about this. On one hand, you've got this barrier of intimidating, complex software, which, let's be honest, naturally makes the general public a bit hesitant to dive in. But then, they anchor AI to the comforting, totally familiar concept of a sophisticated mobile application. By treating AI as just another app, it transforms what could be an overwhelming technology into something we can easily just slide into our everyday routines. Section 1. Meet your digital assistant, the Sparky metaphor. Okay, let's dive into this. To really drive the point home, Sparky's Guide uses some highly approachable imagery. We get this friendly mascot named Sparky, and he's holding a magnifying glass and a colorful calendar totally surrounded by simple app and book icons. The source uses these specific items because they perfectly encapsulate the two core functions of our everyday digital helper. That magnifying glass and calendar, they give us a crystal clear roadmap for how the technology serves our practical needs. Section 2. Function 1. The magnifying glass. So here's how the source breaks down that magnifying glass workflow into 3 totally logical steps. Step 1, you ask a question. Step 2, the assistant gathers that information incredibly fast. And step 3, you apply those facts to your schoolwork or academic research. The text makes a point to highlight how these tools take over the really tedious search phase of academic research. Basically, the magnifying glass represents AI managing the data retrieval. It simplifies information gathering so you can spend your time actually analyzing and applying the facts. Section 3, Function 2, the colorful calendar. Let's move on and see how this builds. In practice, the calendar metaphor is all about managing the day-to-day. The text points out AI's ability to organize household responsibilities, remember daily chores, and maintain personal scheduling. This is exactly where AI steps in as that sophisticated mobile app paradigm we talked about a minute ago. It provides this comprehensive system for personal management, specifically designed to keep daily routines and chaotic households running smoothly, all without needing constant manual oversight from us. There's a quote pulled straight from Sparky's Guide that says, AI is just a friendly helper tool. It can help you find facts for school. It can also help you remember your chores. I love this because it perfectly illustrates how the source brings the lofty, massive concept of artificial intelligence right down to the kitchen table. It frames it as a mundane, super friendly helper. It really cements the idea that this technology isn't here to take over the world, it's just here to assist with your specific daily burdens. Section 4. Your supportive companion. Ultimately, the source material brings these concepts, the magnifying glass and the colorful calendar, together to frame AI as something that enhances productivity and personal organization in a really straightforward, accessible manner. When you step back and look at the rhetoric of these guides, the core strategy is completely clear. They want to position the technology as your supportive companion. It's a tool deliberately marketed to handle the heavy lifting of your daily productivity, lightning-fast information retrieval, and accessible household management. So, with a supportive companion ready to handle all that heavy lifting, what will you and your digital assistant accomplish today? Because with these guides framing AI as a simple smart app for daily chores, it really begs a bigger question. As this technology becomes exponentially more advanced, will these comforting, simplistic metaphors still hold up? Or will our everyday digital assistant eventually outgrow its magnifying glass and calendar? Thanks for joining me for this explainer.